and assessment coordinators out in our buildings. I wanted to give you a really quick update on where we are with state level of assessment here in the district, point out a couple of updates since the last time we provided this information to you as assessment coordinators or building principals. First off, you'll notice on the side of the screen we have all of the dates for the upcoming assessments that are going to be this spring, but when we look ahead to planning, given the fact that we are in November, we're going to want to look at what that means in your buildings as far as amount of time and those types of information. As far as updates, the Wisconsin Forward exam, we know that that will be computer-based this spring. It will assess all 4 content areas in grades 3 through 8. As a quick reminder, math and ELA will test our students in all grades 3 through 8. Science and social studies is going to assess our students in grades 4 and 8. So the rest of the grades will not take that science and social studies test, just grades 4 and 8. You'll see that the window tentatively right now is March 28th through May 20th. So go ahead and start planning on what grades will test when. Again, know that it is computer-based, similar format to what we used for the Badger exam, however, probably a little less time than it took last year for that. As far as our high school assessments, ACT plus writing and ACT work keys and the ACT Aspire for the spring, no change in the administration. However, it is important to note that the ACT writing portion will look different this spring than it has in previous years. I have shared that information specifically with the ELA department, but take some time to familiarize yourself with what those changes look like if you are at the high school level. As far as the window for the Aspire, you can see April 25th through May 27th for grades 9 and 10, so similar format that we did last year. So go ahead and start thinking about what that's going to look like. As far as the ACT, the dates March 1st and March 2nd, with the makeups for the ACT on the 15th and for the work keys on the 16th. So you've got those dates. The science portion at the high school, instead of having a 10th grade science test like we've had in the past, it will be the 11th grade science portion of the ACT that our kiddos will be taking there at the high school. We will have a social studies exam during that Wisconsin Forward window that will be computer-based. So when you take a look at what's computer, what's not computer, at the elementary, March 28th through May 20th, that Forward exam computer-based. At the high school, the ACT plus writing and the ACT work keys, paper-based this year. ACT Aspire, as well as that Wisconsin Forward exam for social studies will be computer-based. So we'll have to line up tech for those. A couple of other things to point out. The Access 2.0 for ELLs, December 7th through February 2nd. Is when that assessment will go, so early February. It's 1 month shorter than we've had in the past, and it is computer-based, so we'll need tech for that. Dynamic learning map, that's our alternate assessment for our 1% or less of our students who aren't going to take any of these other exams. They will take the dynamic learning map. That test, not much different than it was last year, still computer-based for all students in grades 3 through 11 that aren't going to take the traditional assessments. So that's your real quick update in just a couple of minutes. As far as planning, we've already been doing some behind-the-scenes work for the ACT assessments. ACT Aspire will start pretty quickly as far as planning for that. Wisconsin Forward exam, we have a demo site that we now have access to. I will be looking at setting a meeting probably early December to meet with our elementary and middle school assessment coordinators to look specifically at scheduling time allocations, things like that, as far as the Wisconsin Forward exam. Hope this message finds everybody well. Feel free to share the attachment with whoever needs to get that when I send this message out. Thanks. Have a great day.